All right, let's move on to the San Diego Padres, okay? I've done 3 trade proposals for the Dodgers, the Yankees, the Red Sox, and the Marlins. Today's the Padres, and then we're going to move over to the New York Mets and the Los Angeles Angels, and I'm going to keep it going with a lot of the up and coming teams are the top teams. So, and these are all post-lockout trade ideas. So, if you don't want to miss these and you're not subscribed to the channel, do that now. Hit the bell icon so you don't miss the stuff. And obviously, I'll be putting out any breaking news heading into the lockout, through the lockout and then after the lockout. So you won't miss anything. But today, let's talk about 3 trades for the San Diego Padres. They spent a lot of money recently. They've acquired a whole lot of pitching, but there's still an incomplete or imbalanced kind of lineup and just roster. So there's still some tinkering they need to do. So my first trade involves the Padres and the Oakland Athletics. And this one is kind of a whopper. So, and it's only one player coming back. It's Matt Olson coming back to the Padres, okay, in exchange for Eric Hosmer and cash. So I think the Padres want to move on from Hosmer. They've made that obvious, so clear. And Matt Olson's a significant upgrade, so they're going to have to give up a lot for him. Just like people are expecting the Yankees to give a boatload, and other teams to give a boatload. Well, Hosmer's one piece, but they're going to, I say, paying half of his contract. So $10 million per over the next 3 seasons that he has left. Which kind of essentially evens out Matt Olson's contract right now. So, and then they also send Robert Hassel, who's their number 3 prospect and outfielder, Mackenzie Gore, their number 4 prospect, a left-handed pitcher, who struggled a little bit, and Josh Mears, their number 7 prospect and outfielder. If you want to get Matt Olson, you're going to have to give up a prospect like this. And since the A's would be taking on Hosmer and at least half his contract, which is about $10 million per season, you're going to have to give up some prospect capital to do it. Okay, and they've already showed a willingness to give a top prospect just for a team to take Eric Hosmer off their hands. Well, this is an opportunity to do that. And the reason why they're getting 3 top 7s is because they're getting Matt Olson in return. So this to me is a pretty aggressive but kind of a balanced trade, and addresses needs for both sides. So it gives the A's a lot of top-end prospect capital in exchange for basically payroll balancing it out, with these 2 contracts balancing each other out for the most part. So that's trade 1. Trade 2 is between the San Diego Padres and the Milwaukee Brewers. In this one, the Padres would acquire Josh Hader, super left-handed reliever with 2 years of control left, and Xavier Warren, who's their number 14 prospect, who's a catcher/first baseman. So in exchange for James Wood, who's their number 5 prospect and outfielder, Justin Lang, their number 7 prospect, a right-handed pitcher, and Robert Gasser, their number 10 prospect, a left-handed pitcher. So, Josh Hader is obviously the key piece here, as well as an infield prospect in exchange for 3 top 10 prospects. So, I think at this point, they might get a little bit more of that for Josh Hader. So, they might, but 5, 7, and 10 is probably a solid return right now for a Josh Hader, and they need another reliable power reliever, and Josh Hader represents exactly that. And the Brewers get some relief in return too, get some prospect depth in return to complement what they're building over there. And they're both uptrending teams, but the Milwaukee Brewers are a little bit ahead. But San Diego still wants to be aggressive, especially with all the starting pitchers they've acquired recently. They need some bullpen support, and Josh Hader is one of the best. So, and then trade number 3 involves the Padres and the New York Yankees, actually. This trade, the San Diego Padres acquire outfielder Joey Gallo, who they showed interest in at the deadline, and reliever Chad Green. Okay, another reliable reliever, plus they get a power-hitting, left-handed batting power hitter in the outfield, who's got a cannon for an arm. He's an elite defender. He's a good base running speed. So, and he's got 1 more year left on his deal. If he plays really well, they can extend him or give him a qualifying offer. But if they're a win-now team, this is kind of a win-now piece. So this will help them. In exchange for Ross Nair, who's their number 9 prospect, a right-handed pitcher, and Robert Gasser, their number 10 prospect, a left-handed pitcher. So the Yankees would get payroll relief, obviously, and they would get 2 pitching prospects, 2 top 10 pitching prospects in return for Gallo and Greene, who's got 1 more year left on his deal before his free agency. So, and they have plenty of bullpen depth to withstand, losing Green in a trade. And they have outfield depth, and I could see if they move Gallo, I could see them being aggressive after someone else, like Seiya Suzuki, who I mentioned already, or somebody else for the outfield. So there are some guys out there that they could bring in. But those are the 3 Padres trades. Again, they represent needs. Phil, none of them are just outlandish, ridiculous, crazy trades. But again, with some of the trades, if you're trading with a West Coast team or an in-division team, chances are they're going to have to give a little bit more than usual. If you want payroll relief, you're going to have to give more prospect capital back to get it. So those are the 3 trades. Let me know what you guys think. Put your feedback in the comments down below. The next trade video is going to be with the New York Mets, who've been super aggressive and who now have Buck Showalter kind of as their new manager there, and they're not done. We know they're not done. So make sure you don't miss it. You know what to do. I'll talk to you next time.